don't cheat because there are crazy women out there.
Hey guys.
Okay. Hey.
Look at me. Look at it.
We're back.
We're back for real. To a podcast about nothing.
With V.
And AD.
I just got really nervous.
Why?
Pull the mic in front of your mouth.
Can the people hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now?
That's better.
And we're back.
Man, we're back. Back in the studio.
Back in the studio.
Was that a good British accent?
Mm-hmm. That was perfect.
Oh, okay. So we have a topic.
We definitely do. Y'all, quarantine movies have been lit.
They have. We finally watched Acrimony.
So many questions, which is crazy because it comes after a conversation we already had about dating potential, or me expressing how you hear so many people saying that you shouldn't date potential or whatever, and Davina's like, what? That's crazy.
But I think it's the don't date or marry because you feel that someone has potential.
Ooh, playing words, keywords.
You know, it's that has to be a byproduct of the actual, love and stuff, because you can't see the potential if they don't, and you'll always be disappointed.
What you mean you can't see the potential if they don't?
You can't force someone to see their own potential. So that's dating or marriage. Like, you'll be disappointed because of it.
Oh, okay. So you don't necessarily date potential.
Don't date because of it. Don't marry because someone has potential. And I think when I think of that, I always think of business, or it's what Acrimony was. It was, although I don't think she married him or dated him because she felt he had potential. I think that was a byproduct of her actually loving him and falling in love with him.
Oh, yeah.
But I think potential could also, it could just be, because you see something in them that they may not see in themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to feel when you get married, honestly, because I'm not there.
Love and devotion.
And dividends.
My dividends.
It's like, I get that, but it's a weird thing. So how do you decide what is and what isn't?
What is what?
What potential is and what potential? Because I feel like everybody has potential to be somebody else, or be better, or be this, or be that, or be the best at whatever it is, the best bum ever, the best whatever, the best blah, blah, blah. Everybody has the potential to be something, but when people say like, oh, they have so much potential to do what? Because obviously that stems from like a dream. I feel like what you can't feed somebody is ambition, but everybody got potential.
Yeah, but when you marry or date someone because you see the potential in them, it's like you want to change them. You're not happy with who they are. I see the potential in you to be more than what you are. You're always going to be disappointed.
Oh, that's true.
I am who I am. So it's like, if I want to do more, or if I have the ambition to do more, then I will. But you can't get with me and then say, well, I see your potential to be something other than what you are.
How do you decipher that though? Like, how do you realize that he has potential to be versus he
has ambition and a dream that he's going after?
Yeah.
He'll show it to you.
Let me ask you this. Now, let's get into the movie. So, 18 years Taraji was in this relationship.
Look, this one, I don't know.
18 years. You get what I'm saying? Do you consider his movements from what we saw based in the movie to be her dating potential or dating somebody ambitious?
Ambitious. because there were certain things in the movie that showed you that he wasn't a slacker. Although I think, hey, Uncle Tyler, I also think that there were things in the movie that it's like he almost tried to trick you with this movie. Because certain things, she said, I built a resentment because he was asleep when I got up to go to work. Right? So that shows laziness. When the girl came in to hand his second wife,
that shows laziness on whose side?
On his side. You need, if you're working on something, you need to be up when I go to work. I don't care how late you stay up. You get up when the sun is up. Don't let me go to work and you're in bed. Don't let me go to work and you're watching TV. You get what I'm saying? It's go ahead, say what you gotta say.
You sound like your husband.
But I sound like my dad.
I mean, it's a thing. It makes sense because trust me, it bothers
You
me.
sound like us.
You do. But I get it because we were speaking about this, the pressure of feeling like you're around a boss or something like that. You should feel motivated to want to move around and do something. But I feel like 18 years, what was he supposed to do every single day for 18 years? And that poses me with the question.
What was he supposed to do?
Yes. If you know he has a dream to do something, right? And you know what this thing is, battery. Was it a
To be honest, I still have no idea what he was making.
It was a car battery. It looked like with no car.
I have no idea, but I think and well the other part in where, hey Uncle Tyler, the other part was when she came to hand him the deal. Hey, you got it, $75 million. What was he doing? He was asleep. And she tapped him and said, you still tired or something? You still sleeping? It's almost like that lazy black man thing. That's the only thing I didn't like about the movie. Because it didn't show him. Now, granted, I don't agree with him sleeping and I'm going to work. But it also didn't show how late he was working at night. It just, to me, it pictured him as a lazy man.
See, that's not what I got. I got somebody who was so passionate. We've pointed out several times that he came off like a child. Almost like a child with a dream.
Yo.
Granted, it was...
the way he was laying in that tub, dog. If you guys haven't seen this movie... It is such a great movie, and I'm so mad that it took me so long to watch it. Shout out to Cameo with Mo because she called. Oh, when we went to Cabo with her.
This was the whole last year supposed to be there.
It was, and she was like, "Yo, you gotta watch this movie, and how long is too long to wait?" And and we had talked about it before, but then this movie came out, and the both of y'all were like, "Yo, you gotta watch it. We gotta talk about it."
They stressed.
Damn.
They stressed. But that's what I want to know. What for somebody for 18 years, if you
that's a long time.
fall in love with somebody and you start to invest, right? You start to invest in this thing, whatever it is, whatever he decided it to be. You know what I'm saying? And you believe in the dream, you support him enough not to have him working because he's working on something. So at what point was it okay? Because when his sisters and when her sisters and her brother-in-laws came in and like told him he needed to come to work with them to do the moving, whatever.
Yeah, the truck thing.
Do you don't think that was wrong to force him to do something because it's like, well, I don't see you doing that. It's almost like giving a child busy work. Here, you need to go do this just because you ain't doing shit. You don't think that's wrong?
To be honest, I don't. This one is hard. The time frame is what stomps me. You know, because
18 years you can't.
18 years is a long, long time. It's such a long time to like, and it
feels like a longer time because you weren't happy in those 18 years. Because like I told you, when she received the check, okay, she wouldn't have minded sitting around for the happy the end of the 18 where everything is good and he's going to work and it's money and 18 years just went by like that. But because you invested this $1 million over the course of this 18, now you was miserable, nothing was good, you did everything, you ain't get shit, all this other stuff.
I think it's hard to stay in something for that long and not. So, okay. So this is where I think they went wrong, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Little or few facts, all opinion. In a relationship, I think it's very important to set goals and milestones. And they never did that, right? They never set goals. They never set milestones. And
They had goals. It was just materialistic. And he got them all at the end.
They were all his goals. They didn't have goals. He had goals for what he wanted to give to her and what he wanted her to have. She never set her own goals. They never set goals together. Yeah. And that's where they messed up. So in a relationship, one, as an individual, it's important for you to have your own goals. And then it's important for you guys to come together and talk about your goals and set them together. We have the conversation all the time about wants and how your wants change. Your goals will always change, and that's okay. Your wants will always change. But then you set these goals and these milestones, and I believe in reward. Once we hit this goal, then this will happen. And it doesn't have to be anything big, you know what I mean? But something as simple as, he got it to work the first time. Remember, although it blew up the house. I don't know. Well, I don't know what type of, I don't know what the thing is. So I don't know what
and that's what I feel like the main difference in this whole scenario is when it came to the woman. It seemed like she was almost reaping the benefits, but 9 times out of 10, if he would have been with the woman that, when she ran the car into the trailer and if he would have stayed with her, he probably would have reached his goal sooner. He's sitting beside somebody who's...
If he would have stayed with who?
Not stayed with her, if he would have been with the woman who was in the end.
Oh.
She understood it. She worked for the company he needed to get into. They were into the same industry. You get what I'm saying? Like, she knew what... And I'm not saying that was the answer to the issue, but I think a sense of Taraji didn't understand what she was supporting. You get what I'm saying?
But did she ever ask? I think she has to want to understand.
I was about to say, she probably did ask. $1 million something. I would hope you asked a couple of questions. But I feel like that she lost her virginity to this man. They were teenagers dealing with each other. You don't know about this man's past with his 2 years in prison. You don't know.
I think that all plays the lies. So, she caught him cheating. Don't cheat, because there are crazy women out there that don't know how to control themselves, and then things happen. Yeah. So, and then it's not that he lied, but he didn't tell her about the
2 years.
You're crazy.
I felt like you were going to say that.
The 2 years.
I'm just not running my car into anybody. That's it.
Yeah. And the thing is it's just so many questions, because money isn't support.
You can't say that, though.
It's not.
It is support.
It's
You support your kids?
Yes, but I also but not with just financial things.
But it's a form of support. You said just money isn't support, but it is support. It's a form of support. But
that
like
alone isn't support.
It is. We support Kroger and buy all they shit. We support Walmart, Target, furniture stores. It's a supporting thing. Yeah, we want these things, we need these things, but it's money. That's what some people want. You know what I'm saying? Support.
But I don't think that's all from his actions. Like, she emotionally stopped supporting him years ago.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's more than the financial.
Most definitely, but you can't measure up what somebody's willing to give you in comparison to what other, nobody reads minds, and I'm sure she should have taken. Of course, she looked mad the whole movie. I told you the first time I saw her smile was when she got to the penthouse. Oh, top floor, remember? It was like the first time, but
my notes are always giving me.
Ooh, but
Ooh, that quarantine.
But yeah, like we I don't think you can just say like money isn't.
I don't think it's enough. It's not that I'm not saying it isn't support.
It's not enough
it's
from
not
your
enough.
spouse. Say that. Don't say it's not enough. Because people ain't going to be walking around doing everything you want them to do to support you. If you get it from a stranger, whatever little bit that they give you, oh, thanks for the support. But from your spouse.
Because that's all I need from them. I don't, it's what you need.
Support is what you need, not what you want.
Support is what you need and what you want, but you have to support me in the way I need you to support me. I think the
thing about it is he wouldn't have had anywhere to live.
Let me check my notes because I wrote something
He
down.
wouldn't have had anywhere to live without the financial support. You wanted her to go in the house with a smile, cook, clean, be a woman, support him, be cheerful, be happy, be excited, be everything for 18 years until something breaks. Not saying it's not possible. I'm sure there's some happy-go-lucky ass people out here. I'm not saying that people won't do something like that. But to say that just money isn't a support thing, especially if you haven't asked how she views her money. If he was saying, "Oh,
that's
I don't really
all she cared about."
Exactly, and that's exactly what she wanted in return. Until she realized, "Oh, well, I want something different."
Until she lost it. Until she lost him, because when she was having sex with the guy, she said, "Well, at least he will hold me." And I bet you he's spooning her right now. And we used to do things in the shower, and that was until she didn't appreciate what she had until she lost it, which is typical. And I'm not saying that.
See, that's a difference. You want to be appreciated. Supported is a different thing. I feel like what you're saying he needed from her was the relationship aspect. But I supported your damn dreams, nigga, okay? Like, I supported your damn dreams, okay?
I'm not saying that she didn't, but I feel like something else.
Yeah, like I just, because I feel like with this day and age of social media, like especially seeing all these posts like your friends don't support you if they not double tapping. I don't like none of y'all shit. Not on purpose, but I scroll. I'm a scroller. I keep scrolling. I don't repost half of y'all stuff. It's not on purpose. It's not like I'm not intentionally like, nah, F her. I ain't reposting.
She doesn't post her own
I
stuff.
don't even post myself. So now I'm sure somebody sat back and said, she don't support me. Well, I guess I don't support myself either, but I done showed up to your weak ass events. I done did this. I've done this.
The weak ass
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? I've showed
Yeah.
up in so many other ways, but when people want something in particular, they're craving something else. That's some insecurities that Adrian can't support. Because I can't give you what you need from me.
Don't be doing all that.
But that's what it is. Because I feel like the aspect of what you're asking for.
I think in a relationship, it's not, not in everything, but definitely in a relationship, it's important to know what your partner needs from you, what your spouse needs from you. It's not, what you want to give may not be what I need.
So where is the blame being placed on him?
What do you mean?
As far as the support goes, because she feels like she hasn't had the support.
That she didn't have support?
From her husband, because she was taking care of him for the whole time. So maybe she could have, I feel like you wouldn't know what else you need if you don't take what it is you want the whole time. She wanted the money. Like, I need help with these bills. I need help with this. I need help with this.
I think where he messed up was, one, being deceitful and cheating. And then I think 2, where he messed up was, again, if he didn't communicate, I don't know. I guess it's on both of them. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a tricky situation, but I don't think, because it's one of, I feel like I hear about it all the time. It's okay for a woman to have been in his position. Pipe dreams, this and this and this. I want to do this. I want to do that. Everything is cool. But since the roles were flipped, it seems so much more unbearable. You get what I'm saying?
That double standard.
That double standard is real. And that's why I'm asking the questions. What would you have? Because, like, what did you expect him to do in the time, especially if you believed in him at one point? Mm-hmm. Granted, if you took 10 years in, it ain't working, you might need to find you a little job. You know what I'm saying? And she did say he found jobs, it just wasn't paying enough. She was like, it wouldn't even pay enough to help me with half of the bills, or all this other stuff. So he was moving and doing what other people wanted him to do, but what was he supposed to do in that situation? And I feel like he bowed out fairly.
What do you mean?
When he sent her off with the 10 milli.
Oh, yeah. 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 I don't know. It's the 18 years that kind of gets me. But honestly, they had it bad, though. They had it bad. Because the house was being foreclosed on, and, 18 years is a long time.
Yeah, especially to feel like you're carrying something. Of course.
And not getting anything
feeling
in
like
return.
You're getting anything in return. So I understand the whole, dating until something. It's up to them, of course, to set the boundaries on how long. Like, dealing with men who want to be artists, it's the same thing. You got to get them to open up their minds to different things, because we have so many black men who want to be in the music industry in the middle of their 30s, and you're trying to get them to be like, there's other stuff.
Or athletes. And
just whatever they see, like, really quickly. Like, oh, let me just get into this. And that's just it. And how long are you supposed to, like, give into and be like, oh, this is really... I'm really enjoying this, because we got an interesting perspective from the movie.
Yes.
A man's perspective.
That said she was just crazy from the beginning.
Bipolar.
Yeah. Not great. Bipolar. Those were the exact words.
She was crazy. She was bipolar. They said it was from, she's crazy, what happened a while ago. And I think it's interesting because... I'm not going to say I don't see anything wrong with how Taraji acted, but I didn't see anything crazy. Crazy wasn't the thought process that came to my head. Now, a little deranged. If you didn't know her and you were riding down the street and you saw her like dancing the way she was in the room, or you saw her, acting crazy, if you saw her doing some of those things, of course you would think. But because we had a storyline, to say crazy and bipolar was a little extreme in the sense of not understanding her feelings and what she was going through. That's where I feel like
I would be curious to know other men's perspectives on this. Like, if, hey, any guys out there, watch the movie. It's on Hulu, called Acrimony by Uncle Tyler. Hey. And let us know your first thought in watching the movie, because it is interesting that a man will think of that first, not anything else.
Not anything else. And from the tone, the set of the movie, and how she's portraying, it's like he looks so youthful and so, like, energized, full of energy. Like, I get to think about my dreams all day. And she's like, well, I'm going to work. I'm paying the bills. And I'm doing all this because of love. She got to reiterate that in her head every single day. You know what I'm saying? But she crazy, and everybody else, it always happens to women. They're usually crazy after they react to some shit.
Yeah.
It's usually how we're usually labeled. It's always after the reaction that's like, oh, she bad shit. I don't know anybody that's like Britney Spears that just shaved their head off.
Well, on that note, thank you for listening.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I don't know anybody that crazy that doesn't have a backstory.
True.
You know, like, and most people don't take the time. They just look at the reaction. So I think that's what that was spoken from. But I can't agree with the bipolar crazy. Everybody gets a little angry. Everybody gets a little frustrated.
That's not a little angry, though.
No, it is taken to the extreme. Just like Omarion's level of chill is to the extreme.
Yeah, that's...
You know what I'm saying? That's almost disturbing.
Now,
like,
he's crazy. He's too calm.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish them the best. It's all happiness and love and
Grand Rising.
Crescent moon.
No, seriously, but like I feel like we all experience certain emotions. And I said this, crazy will take you there. If you're feeling something crazy and I'm crazy, you know how females like, I'm crazy for real. Girl, if you haven't done anything crazy, then you're not crazy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I'm saying crazy prevails. Like, crazy goes through. Like, it doesn't half-ass do stuff. Crazy people usually make their way.
They follow through.
They follow through. Crazy is crazy. Like, there's no crazy and I get held back by my sisters. Like, you're not crazy enough. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the boat thing was a little different. But she killed herself.
But the not on purpose, and the running into a trailer with your car when you know two people are in there.
Anger. Reactive anger. That's not crazy. That is crazy, but how can you sit there and be like, no, be the bigger person, walk away? Hell no. Put that hoe in gas. I'm not running my car into nobody's house, okay? I'm just saying that's reactive anger. That's not bipolar. She didn't walk up and see the girl walking across the street and run up and hit her with the car. She caught y'all cheating on her. But to everybody, oh, she crazy. Who's crazy?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's reactive. Everything she did was a reaction to something. She was extreme. She was deranged. She went to the extreme. She saw red. She went for blood. But she didn't pull through all the time.
She's crazy, but she's not bipolar.
She's not bipolar. She's angry. That's really what it is. She's mad. She was angry the whole movie. So I didn't take it as mental disorder, even when she was sitting in the psychiatrist.
Anger is a thing too. Yes,
but I don't want nobody, like, anger is Benadryl problems, not psych ward, multiple personality stuff. That's a take a chill pill type of thing. You need to sit in the corner until you realize what you did type of thing. Triggered.
Where did that word come from?
Triggered.
So triggered. What? Triggered.
I just think it's
we
so
about to be
funny.
triggered if you don't subscribe. How about that? Catch me outside. If you don't subscribe. Oh, man.
Crazy for real.
Who? Dang. So what's the time frame between potential and waste? Or what's the time frame between, like, chasing your dream and you wasting your time?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't think you should ever stop chasing. Redirecting.
I'm tired.
What, you chasing something?
I mean, we running like, what are you chasing? Stop chasing me.
I don't think you should stop chasing a dream, because I always say this, a clear vision is something that you should always follow. So if it's in your mind, you know you have something, keep going. Like, keep going day by day, little by little, whatever you feel like you need to do. But the waste of time, I feel like where her comes in when she didn't feel like she was getting anything in return. Because I don't think he ever thought he was wasting his time. So for her, it was, I'm defeated. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. When she started letting her sisters get into her mind and all that other stuff.
That's a danger. Family getting involved, friends and family getting involved in your relationship to that point. It's like, it's such a slippery slope. I can understand you sometimes needing someone to talk to or to vent to, but I think it's very important to say, like, yo, I just need somebody to talk to. And I don't even know where you go for that, because you're always going to want to protect your family and your friends. And when you go to vent about your spouse, they're always going to take your side.
Yes and no. I think so. I get what you're saying about too close, because I'm not one of those people who really talk about people anyway. But the invasiveness, in my personal opinion, comes in when the person who's discussing their spouse doesn't exude love before they start to speak. If they're not speaking in love, it's the hate words, it's all of that allows people to get into your head, because it's what you already feel. You know, when I'm
tired, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I can't do it no more.
All of that. That's when people start to look at your spouse different. But I have plenty of friends who tell me, girl, I'm just venting. He about to be on his way out anyway. I
mean, I love him, but he can on my
But I can hear the difference between somebody nagging and complaining and really just dealing with somebody because of their comfort or whatever they have to deal with, and somebody speaking in love about somebody who's frustrating them. There's a difference.
There is.
And there's a lot of people, that's what's let me know, is there's a lot of people in relationships who are unhappy because of the way they speak about their partners, you know? They don't speak in the terms of love.
The way they act towards them. You can see it.
I mean, I get frustrated. I get really cold when I'm not feeling so I don't want people to always take that as my feeling, because it's not constant. So if I'm going through something,
even when you're around other people.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. That's something I've had to learn. I'm horrible at that. Like, if I'm not, you know how people like, well, if we around people, I ain't showing people we angry. I'm pissed.
Oh.
Big pissed. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I'm mad. Okay? I might not go inside. I'm mad. If we argue, I'm just one of those people, like, I can't chill. Everybody's like, oh, we'll talk about it later. No. We're going to do that right now. Right now. I've had to learn that there is a time and place for everything. Blah, 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 blah. I get it. I get that. It's a bunch of BS, but I get it. Like, I really do understand. But I don't want anyone to mistake how I feel in the moment and how I'm acting. Like, in a situation, say I'm with someone and we're upset about something in an environment, like anybody, and I'm not speaking to you right away. But if you come later on to ask me what happened, I'm not a basher. I'm not going to I never speak like that. I'm not that type of person. So my speech is not going to be like that. My body language right now is like, I'm irritated as hell. They did some stupid stuff. But my speech isn't hateful. It's not bashful. There's a difference.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I definitely know.
Yeah. So y'all be careful.
Because we see it all the time, though.
Yeah.
You know, friends and stuff like that. It's like, yo, like, why are you there?
People are unhappy. That's really what it is. Like, they don't know how to redefine. And it's one of those things I understand, the staleness in relationships. And I'm not even just speaking about boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Like, you know, friendships. You know, every type of relationship, these types of things can happen. You really just have to keep communicating and talking about it, talk it through. And if people can be honest with themselves, you'll come to resolutions about stuff faster.
I think also where it's important, she knew that she shouldn't have married him from the beginning. Because she said it. She said, yes, and I heard myself say yes. And it's like, she married him because, and it's also staying because of money. You stayed because you were invested. It already was a waste of time for you. You know, like, it was already a waste of time. So you married someone and invested way more instead of just walking away because you didn't want to waste whatever it was.
Yeah.
whether it was the 100,000 you had
At the
already
time,
put it
yeah.
in. Yeah, it's like staying somewhere. I think that goes for jobs. I think it goes for relationships. I think it goes for everything. Staying somewhere.
I'm gonna stay.
Where?
After 100,000, I'm staying. I think I'm gonna stick
you
it
gonna
out.
make this work, okay?
We gonna make it work. Yeah, I think I'll stick around for a tad bit. We gonna ride this way to see what happens.
It's like somebody staying in a relationship because you have kids. It's the worst thing you can do. An unhappy relationship.
You know, I don't know who made that shit up, but it's really a horrible idea. Because no, it's exciting that people think like, oh, for the kids. You make your kids weird as hell.
And miserable because they know. She said weird.
No, like you make them weird. Like, I don't know what happens in the structure of a home when two parents stay together that do not like each other and you see it. It's like they have to bring that outside. It follows them. You feel it. They don't know what to do. Like, certain things are missing. I'm not saying it happens to all kids. We get it. But the idea, because I heard it so many times, like, oh, we're sticking together for the kids, or our parents stayed together because we were in the house, or which sounds like a good idea, but it usually falls back on the kids. Like,
yeah.
It sounds like a good idea, but I think y'all should go.
I don't think it sounds like a good idea at all. Because
Yeah.
your home is unhappy.
It's stale.
Dang, I feel stressed for the kids just thinking about it. It's all here, right here.
Right.
Yeah, that is. So what's the difference between crazy and scorn?
No reaction. Scorn is usually from a reaction. Crazy is just outlandish, doing what you want because you've convinced yourself that whatever it is. But she's reacting to everything that she sees. Maybe she's not putting him in her mind. Just like you can tell when she started to go off the edge when she saw the wallet. She wouldn't hear anything he had to say. She's allowing her sisters to seep in a little bit more. So the information you're receiving and what you're hearing all the time, your mind is never silenced. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to piece things together, and you're probably piecing the wrong things together, putting the wrong puzzles together, and it's reactive to what you've gone through.
Like, she never trusted him from the beginning.
Yeah, it's like after that, and that happened so young, and you still
and early
talking about you cheated on me, you did it. It's like, I didn't cheat on you while we were married. It was before we got married, and you just won't let go, and it's almost that you owe that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you owe it. It's hard to call a woman in that type of position just crazy. Like, I wouldn't open my mouth to call a woman in that position crazy.
I agree. Well, I agree. She was hurt.
She was hurt. It makes you do crazy stuff. Like, it really does. Like, being hurt makes you do some off-the-wall stuff. I feel like usually when people do something out of character, you're experiencing emotion that you've probably felt before to the extreme. That's how usually people... Because I'm looking at the camera because a lot of y'all get out of character. I'm just saying.
Sounds personal.
I mean, we've all gotten out of character.
I've never.
As many wigs as you got, I'm just like...
And they're all over the place, too.
Right.
They're not even, like, hanging up or nothing. It's be like one on the door, one... Let me just grab this one and put it on.
No, yeah, I wouldn't dare open my mouth. Especially if I had the opportunity to listen to somebody's story and those were the type of stories they had, I wouldn't dare say she was crazy.
Yeah, I think she was hurt from the beginning. She never forgave him. She built up resentment.
Yeah.
And she should have never married him because she didn't believe in his dream in the beginning. She believed in the money that she gave him.
Yeah, I mean, I would believe in my dollar too. That's why I said I'll stick it. Stick it out.
See?
Just a little bit. It's terrible. I'm going to change.
I know.
I'm going to change.
So, the lesson of today is it's like falling in love with an idea. That's what potential is.
Falling in love with an idea.
Falling in love with an idea and not who the person really is. With an idea of what you want that person to be. or what you think they should be.
Let me say this. I personally believe that if we didn't have potentials and desires, if we didn't have these feelings, half of these people wouldn't be married if we had to just think about where we are right now. Think about where you meet people in your life. Would you be in the positions that you are with half of the people? I'm not talking about you, just people in general. If you had to deal with them for the rest of your life the way you met them.
I have no idea what you just said. Would you say it again?
Would you deal with people for the rest of their life or the rest of your life, the duration of the people that you know, based off of where you met them? Like, if you don't have anything to look forward to or be excited about somebody or experiencing or expecting somebody to grow, would people be in your life if you just, hey, this is it, love you, this is it, everything about you is freaking amazing?
No, that's a great point, but I think it goes beyond that. You see, I think the line is drawn when you try to make that person who you want them to be.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not that you would leave because they didn't have potential to be more or because they changed or anything like that. I think it's more so when you get into a relationship, you say, I see the potential in you and I'm with you because I see that potential. I think it's like
I get what you're saying.
Potential and
potential is the idea.
And ambition is, those things are very different to me. It's like
they are.
It's like
and potential is is stagnation a word? It sound right. Stagnation.
Stagnant, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, it cut you off.
Cut me off. But the potential to me is the stagnant of ambition, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
Ambition is the action. Potential is you being stagnant.
Yeah.
If you want to put it, I mean.
Or it could just be, it's not even that you're stagnant. It just could be that you want that person to be something different than what they are. Because this person could work very, very hard. This person could be ambitious. But it also could be that you want them to be something different. And that's what I think it is. I see your potential, but I'm happy with what I'm doing. But I see the potential that I see that you can be
I'm
more.
Gonna say, wait, you lost me. But I get what you're saying. Like, just because somebody is ambitious, they still may want you to be in a different field or making more money or something.
Yeah, doing something more.
Else,
so, for example, if I worked at McDonald's and I'm happy working at McDonald's.
Happy Meals. Mm-hmm. Making Happy Meals.
Then don't say, oh, I see the potential in you. I see the potential in you doing more, because I'm happy where I am. And I think that's where communication comes in. If I never tell you, it's the what I want my life to be. If I tell you, okay, I want a 10-bedroom house with a pool and a jacuzzi, I want an indoor pool that goes out, and a movie theater and all this stuff, then you know that I can't get that working at McDonald's. So if I...
Not unless you rob them.
So it's like, if you want that type of lifestyle and
that's where the support comes in.
That's where the support comes in. I'm working at McDonald's, but I'm also making this battery thing, But don't try to change somebody because you see something different than what they are.
That makes sense.
That's what I mean. So it's like knowing who your spouse is, what their potential is for themselves, what they want out of life, and then you guys working together towards that. Now, once did I ever see them work together?
That's true.
They never worked together with anything.
That's why I said the difference between, why she probably felt like, oh, she's taking my life. It's just she seemed more understanding of what was happening with his goal, what he wanted from his goal, who she needed. Not saying that connection, she should have had the connection because that was just a blessing for him, you know, and a coincidence that she just so happened to be the one, whatever the case may be. But she seemed a lot more interested in understanding what he had. And
she took the time to watch every video.
Yeah.
Not once did we see her work with him or interested in anything that he was doing, except at the very beginning when he was like, oh, this is my wife, whoever. What was her name? Melinda?
Yeah.
This is my wife, Melinda, and da-da-da-da. That's the only time you saw her smile at something that he was doing. That's what I say about support.
Yeah.
She never worked with him, never seemed interested. And again, the 18 years thing is a long time, but I can speak from a personal point with you and I. It wasn't easy. You know what I mean? There were times where it was like, all right, this was supposed to come through and it didn't. And this was supposed to happen and it didn't. But we worked together on something. We had a goal. And then, we also talked about what we wanted and all those other things, which I think is the difference.
Yeah.
I didn't marry him because I thought he had potential to be something more than what he was. I married him because I loved him and I was going to support in his dreams and ambition. He also never slept, so.
Yeah, he's different.
He is. He is really different. The whole sleep thing in the movie threw me off.
Him sleeping around and making it look like he was lazy.
And not saying that I thought he was lazy, but I think that's how she built resentment as well.
But that's why I feel like people feel that movement equals
working. Or achieving something.
And that's where I feel like I struggle with when people see you making moves, making boss moves, when you making moves, you got it made. And that's where I'm in support of him that
he never gave up.
He never gave up, but it looked like he wasn't doing anything because he wasn't constantly moving. That's where the lazy stuff comes in. Trust me, that would irritate me too. I feel like any woman would feel like I'm going to work and you on the couch.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I'll pour some water on you before I walk out the door. Morning.
Or like I'm the one that's paying all the bills, because that was another thing. I'm paying the bills, I'm working, and you're not helping at all.
Yeah. Like you're not helping, because she had that dollar amount down to this T with her 7 cents.
I think also what didn't help is that he fed her hoop dreams. And I don't know if I said this already, but it was I'm going to give you that ring and I'm going to buy you a bigger house and I'm going to do this. You turn down an $800,000 check and we said, my mom's house is about to foreclose. Baby, I'll buy you a bigger house. It's like,
let me ask you, would you wanted to have known that he turned it down if you were in that situation? Because everything is about communication, but it seems like sometimes honesty gets you messed up. It really does seem like that. And in that situation, bad timing, bad everything. But if you would, like, my mother's house is going into foreclosure.
Our backs are up against a wall.
Back up against the wall. You drop the ball for my company, for my family's company, to go take this meeting for you to turn down the check. I wouldn't have came in the house and said nothing.
You would have went straight to the shelter.
Wait to the room. But I'm going to just get my bag. I'm going to go.
Yeah, that's a hard one because I also... I think that's where the support comes in, because if he believes in something that much, like if you believe
I feel like that would have turned me up. Like, hold on, you turned out $800,000 because you thought you was gonna
what we gotta do. But it's like the fact that he turned it down and said, yo, like it wasn't a good deal. If you believe in something that much, all right, baby, I got you.
Yeah.
And again, I think I speak from a different point of view because
you make it sound so lovely.
I do, but it It's not.
You really, I'm going to tell you that. You make it sound lovely.
It's not, but, again, there were times where we both wanted to give up. Like, yo, you said it many of times. Should I just go, drive Uber? I will say this. There was never a time where I did not work another job. And at one point, I was working 3 jobs. I was working at the studio, I was working for the government, and I was working for the college. And I will pull overtime. So it's like, yeah, you know what?
You would have went off on him with the check?
No, I'm talking about her.
Oh.
That's the support part. That's the support part. Like, all right, I get it. It's hard. But, at one point I was working 3 jobs. You was working 2.
But how long would have been too long?
You got to enjoy the journey. I don't know. I don't know. 18 years. Enjoy this journey, y'all.
Y'all better enjoy the journey. That is funny.
But I don't think she knew how long was too long because they never talked about it. They never had goals. They didn't know if they were reaching milestones or not. You know what I mean? So that, like, who knows what is too long?
True. Especially like your first, like, oh Lord.
Who knows what is too long? Like, people thought that we were like good at one point, and we were struggling. Like, struggling like shit. Like, at one point when everybody thought, oh, yeah, doing good and da-da-da-da, like, my truck got repoed. It was at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, so that, I don't know. Oh, 18 years, though. God damn.
18 years, though. That's different. That's different.
Do you think the second wife, so you work for 18 years, and do you think she was greedy at the end, I think? Or did she have a right to be upset?
You're talking about Taraji's character.
Yeah. Did she have a right to be upset because the second wife
reaped the benefits?
And
she has a right to be to feel any kind of way. You can be happy, sad, upset, crazy, whatever you want to feel. It don't matter, but don't come for me. I ain't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Because, like you said, she didn't have to do that. Would she have lasted for that 18 years?
Yeah, she probably not.
I think it takes a different type of person, man or woman, to stick by somebody like that.
There's a difference to move something. When you're in a relationship and you're trying to get somebody to understand something who doesn't get it and they're not working with you, the journey's going to seem a lot longer. That's why I said his second wife, fiance, whatever he was when the movie ended, but she had a hand in. She had a goal to get to the company that she was working for. He knew she was there waiting out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm not going to say I don't think it would have taken that long, but I definitely think it probably would have gone down a different path. Maybe sooner, maybe a different, maybe not as much money. Maybe he would have received something earlier, but I think it definitely would have been different. But it was almost like he was fighting the battle on his own with an investor.
I think the way they showed the 2 women as well. Like, the second wife was, quote unquote, like you said, boss move. She had her own office and stuff like that. And here's Melinda or Taraji, and she's sitting at a cubicle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's when they said you got to let people go. Like, sometimes maybe she wasn't supposed to be the one with you in this life. Like, she wouldn't have gotten it. And that's a deep thing, too. Because
yeah, that's true. What would have happened if they got all that money? Would he have then resented her for chilling for the rest of her life?
Probably.
Because if he worked that hard for 18 years, he wasn't going to stop working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She wasn't cut from that cloth.
Yeah. She was ready to chill.
She was like, "Where's my boat?"
My boat.
No. When they were getting in the car. That's my car. That's my car.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
It's something to think about. Potential versus ambition. Y'all don't be fooled.
Potential versus ambition. Love versus hate. It's a thin line between love and hate. Don't you call me? Sorry, it's a song.
No, seriously though, like it's a thin line. It's a very thin line between, it seems like, potential and ambition. And I'm not saying y'all can't meet the love of your life at the first sight, you know.
Love at first sight?
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Ooh, like Married at First Sight?
Nah, because at least they do research on people. And
they got a job.
They got a little background check because they know where your man live, you know, all that other stuff. But, girls, control your emotions. The flags, they're up in the air in the beginning. They are pew, 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 pew. They'll always present themselves. But it's up to you to decipher what you feel like potential and
what you can deal with. What you're willing to stand for. I think that's a big one.
Yes, and yeah, but I think the stuff like that always changes. Like, you don't know what you're willing to deal with until you've dealt with it or you not willing to deal with it. So even trying to state certain things in the beginning, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be like this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you're not like that.
But that's like, I'm not going to have sex with him for 30 days.
Just like, yeah, y'all.
After the first date.
Right, okay. But no, seriously though. It's up to, I feel like, a woman to decide, because she was in her emotions the whole time. That just showed where we are and where men stand. From the opinion that received from the man and from, you know, they don't sit in their feelings. We do. They don't sit there. They don't dwell there. They don't, you know, he moved on, had Beyonce. He was like, I still love you. I'm always love you. But
see, I think he did sit in his feelings just because he moved on. Every time they went to court, he looked like.
But not sit in your feelings enough to be in your house dancing by yourself, cutting pictures of people. Like
that's that crazy part. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying, sitting in your feelings. Like, girls go home crying, eat ice cream, watch movies, eat popcorn with the salt. You know? Parmesan garlic. But no, like, I feel like that though.
I mean, I've only been in like 2 real relationships, but I've never had that.
What?
Like, go home, be sad, eat bonbons and ice cream.
I'm not saying.
I've never been stuck in my emotions. I also realized that I'm not very good with relationships either. I mean, like once they're over.
Oh, like you recognize they're finished.
That's it.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like, once I'm done, I'm done. Okay, well, we're good. Bye.
Yeah.
You're lucky if I call you to tell you that it's over.
Oh.
Or say, hey, we're done. You're lucky if that happens. Because typically it's like, in all the little relationships I've ever been in, I just stopped talking to people. Literally, like, oh, it's like the whole go ghost thing. Hey, you know what?
Like, call me Casper. For real. But it seems like that though. Like, women live in their feelings. They move with emotion first before it's so hard trying to separate. And
now, inside of a relationship, good luck.
That's what that was.
After the relationship, she was like that. Well, it was after the relationship that she, you know, went off the chain.
That was an ultimatum decision she gave to herself though. What? That was like a forcing of, like, I have to get divorced from you because you're not doing anything for me. I don't think it was I'm cutting you off because of this. All the hurt that he had caused her from the cheating, she could have been gone. But I think she was sitting in her emotions because her emotions weren't finished. They got cut off by the lack thereof and her sister's influence. Remember, she asked for the divorce while everybody was sitting around? In her feelings. You know what I'm saying? She asked for it in her feelings, asked her sisters to be at at the divorce thing, cried the whole time doing the thing, in her feelings.
She said, "You're a loser."
You're a loser.
I was like, wow, that was harsh.
You know what I'm saying? In her feelings the whole time. So I've had this conversation with plenty of men. They're like, we don't do that. Especially because women are like, it's like they sense when men are single. Especially if you're like attractive. Women can distract a man so quickly. We're the ones who are like, I need to heal. Like, I don't recenter, do yoga, come into a new practice, turn into a mermaid, whatever.
Flip. I just want to switch.
You know, like there's so many things that you can get into.
As a man?
After a relationship, yeah. They're usually, I feel like I see that all the time. Like the woman is the one that's like the slow healer, and then the man is like, they start out high and free, and then they slowly decline because they start to wonder and wish and, oh, dang, I had this and this, while the woman's like, I'm finally free.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's important to know what someone needs in your life. I think that's important as far as like, what kind of, support they need, what kind of love they need, whether it's, a spouse.
People don't ask.
Or
that.
A partner,
Like,
or your kids. Like, yeah, what do you need from me? Is there anything you need?
You do ask that a lot.
I do. Because it's important to me. What I'm giving you may not be what you need from me. And I think it's important. I may not be able to give it to you, but at least I know.
Yeah. So I know how to redirect it.
Because we're different people. Everybody's different, and everybody's needs are different.
People wake up with different feelings every day.
Oh, you switch like that?
They do, though.
Switch.
Switch.
I think it's important for to know what your kids need from you. Adults, parents are so quick to silence kids and say, oh, I'm paying. That's what I mean by money. I'm paying for your roof over your head, the food, the clothes on your back. And it's like, but that's not all I need from you.
Kids don't know what they need. They don't even know what a bill is.
But they know, kids do know what they need.
I mean, they know what they need, but they don't say it specifically. That's when you have to like tap into your parents' senses and figure it out.
It's important to talk to your kids.
Yeah, it's usually not direct. Like I told you, when it came to certain emotions I was feeling as a kid, it wasn't that I felt these things. It was, this is the best way I know how to describe it.
Yeah.
So y'all should have read but failed horribly.
You know what? It's important to know what your friends need from you. I ain't got the time. That's why I ain't got none. Because I just don't. Your family members, what they need from you. And you can't always give them everything they need. But it's important to know, especially when you're in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. It's important, especially if you're talking about spending the rest of your life with somebody.
Yeah, hopefully, we get it right.
Yeah, I'm just giving you my opinion.
I mean, it works though.
What?
Asking people what they need. Hopefully, they'll be willing to because those are questions that people don't ask people. So I'm sure, hey, ask somebody what they need today.
Yes.
You'll catch them off guard.
What do you need from me?
Yeah. I ain't gonna be asking for me. I'm gonna just say what you need. What do you need?
What?
What do you need?
It's supposed to be from you.
Oh, well, Christmas. I ask. I'm just.
It's like that love thy neighbor thing. I've never agreed with that. Love your neighbor.
Oh, like you love yourself.
Yeah. Because half of y'all don't treat yourselves right. Don't treat me the way you treat yourself. What? No, ask me what I need.
Yeah.
Don't try to give.
I will say there have been a lot of time wasted in relationships with people just giving people stuff, thinking that that's what they want from them.
Exactly. And that's what she said. Have you ever bothered to think or ask what I want?
Yeah.
I just want you to get a job. Now, I will say this. She knew who he was before she married him. This man had been working on this thing and showed that he had this dream and this ambition before they got married.
Yeah.
And I think, that's where I think it's her fault. Because, like, maybe, and again, it's the thing, marrying an idea or because you see someone you marry them because of their potential.
But I feel like her dealing with the person that she dealt with first and going to that transition is completely different. It's not like she dated she didn't know any better. I feel like too.
Maybe marrying too young. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, I actually saw a post the other day that somebody said you shouldn't be dating in your 20s. It's a complete waste of time. And I wouldn't say I agree, but I low-key agree.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, you should date. When I say date, like go on dates.
Being in a relationship.
Being tied down and having to argue with your boyfriend or girlfriend about 20-something-year-olds. I want to go out. I want to do like, y'all shouldn't be stressing.
Yeah, you got the rest of your life for that.
Yeah.
Because.
Not 20, because like we can be born next decade. Not this one.
What is it? Bride and Prejudice. The two young...
Oh, yeah.
Kids, and they were like, he was 24 and she was like 26 or something like that. And it's just like, yo, this is way too young.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't even know who you are yet. And y'all trying to do something else. Anyway, hey, y'all, thank you for listening to us.
It's been great. Watch the movie.
Yeah, tell us your thoughts. And if you've seen it already, let us know what you think.
Right.
Was she crazy? Was she bipolar? Was she just,
Was she just normal?
See, you gotta watch out for them to think anything like that is normal. But I do think, I agree. I agree with you. I don't think she was bipolar.
I don't think she had any mental illnesses.
No. I think she was just hurt.
Yeah.
And hurt and anger are two very dangerous things
for a woman to sit in and feel constantly. Like, you have to heal yourself of those things. It's a hard process.
And her family didn't help by always bringing it up and talking about how this is a whole thing, but always bringing it up and what they need to be doing and
it's a dangerous thing. Once you it's like they start seeping in your mind and they sit there and then the tape plays and it plays and it plays and you start to believe it. Oh, really? He ain't doing that for me for real.
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous place.
Hey, and if you want to tell us your own personal stories, I'm nosy. I want to know.
where they gonna tell us? Like, what?
I don't know. Share it with us.
Right. DM us on IG, a podcast about.
Oh, and you can do a voicemail on IG too. Or you can go to anchor.fm and leave a voicemail there. And you can do it anonymous.
Oh, yeah. Make it anonymous. Make it fun.
This is anonymous. And that's the different voice.
Oh, okay.
And one time in a relationship.
Right, I want to hear from the guys because I feel like most women would agree with us.
I agree, yeah.
So guys, tell us what you think.
Do we have male listeners?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we got 1,000 followers on IG.
Thank you guys. Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Hey.
Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Oh, my elbows aren't ashy.
I know mine are.
All right, guys. Well, thanks. It's been real. Thanks for, listening to us. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on the doorbell, as Thomas would say.
Turn on the doorbell. Ding dong.
So you can get all the notifications. Like it.
Ring the bell.
And as AD said, if you don't like it, don't say nothing. Just keep watching all the videos.
Just keep watching all the way
You'll
through.
find something.
You'll find something you like.
Yeah. All right.
I promise.
It's been real.
Love y'all.
Love you too. Bye.